This may be the most obscure museum I've toured yet.
And so a few weeks ago, the folks down the 7th Wing actually found these buried in the wall. And so this is a 1930s workman's shoes, his cap, and his pants.
He's probably just gone buck naked after a while, right?
My first question was, how did he get home that day?
Forget the Met, forget the Louvre. The world's most exclusive and probably least known museum can actually be found right here on a plot of land in D.C., deep within what was once the largest building in the world, the Department of Agriculture.
Hi, my name is Wayne, and this is my 4th child.
Meet the world's first and only agriculturian. That's a self-coined term, by the way, Wayne Connolly. For 36 years, Wayne's been a budget analyst here, but he says one day a few years back he woke up and decided to plow a new path.
I just had questions, like about the building, how it started, some of the things I'd come across just walking around this building. There's just so much history here.
To call the space housing this bushel of items a museum might not be totally accurate. Walking in is like stumbling into a set piece from a Harry Potter movie. Think Ministry of Magic or Room of Requirement meets a barnyard.
It's organized chaos. I know exactly where everything is. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a story.
How many artifacts to this point, in your general estimation, have you collected?
Start with 4. Now over 2,000.
Out of a whopping 4,500 offices inside the USDA, Wayne has a crop of about half a dozen to house his museum. Every inch is crammed with historical odds and ends, little knickknacks from the past that cultivate the story of an industry that can sometimes be taken for granted, farming.
It's the food you eat, it's the fibers in your clothing, it's the fuel in your cars.
A few highlights for you. The story of the first navel orange trees that ever came to the States. An exhibit about a Major League Baseball player who ended up being a meat inspector for the USDA, an ode to Morton Salt, founded by the son of a former USDA secretary, and a whole exhibit showing how the USDA was one of the first government agencies to make Hollywood-style motion pictures back in the day.
In fact, the famous director John Ford always maintained an office here during World War II.
Wayne says he harvests his items from everywhere, all of them coming back around to food in some way.
I find dealers online. When I'm out traveling about, I'll go to estate sales, antiques, whatever I can find that has old stuff. This brick here is one of the original 12 million bricks used to make this building. I find that we're such a disposable culture. We kind of toss things aside, we kind of forget things get lost in history.
Wayne ended our tour by telling me that capturing pieces of the past that matter, especially to his industry, is what keeps him going. And while
it's not accessible to the public yet,
Wayne told me they're working on that, and we'll hopefully see you in for a tour very soon.
Wayne, thanks for giving me the history lesson I didn't know I needed.
You're welcome, and congratulations for being the 1,500th visitor.
I appreciate it. Here at the USDA Museum with Wayne, I'm Matt Koufax, WTOP News.
For more stories like this, download and listen to WTOP Radio on our app or tune in to 103.5 FM.